Hello, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome along. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe down there and give us a thumbs up. It all helps and pushes the channel forward. So, Airfix Alvis Stalwart, review number 2. A lot of you are following along. I've just finished making video 6, where we built up the cab. So that's all taped together and drying now. So this is my second Stalwart. Here's the first one, just to prove I've got 2. And this has arrived this morning via Royal Mail. Thank you very much. So, opening the box, this was actually taped up. And I've had a look to see basically what it's like before I make this video. And I was quite surprised to find the bag is actually open. Very strange. I have never known that before. Now, there are loose parts in here. In fact, there's a lot of loose parts in here. Wow. There's lots and lots of loose parts in here. And I don't know, maybe in the factory they noticed there was no clear sprue, so they opened the bag to put a clear sprue. I don't know. Very strange. But anyway, I just hope it's all here. But I think this is probably going to be the worst one for parts off the sprue that have been reviewed so far. There are certainly a lot of parts off the sprue, and the reason I'm doing this second review is I want to give Airfix another chance, because I wasn't very critical of them on the first review, but I did point out some sinkage and stuff. But certainly I have got a better kit than I've seen at least one other on the internet. So we have our sprues here, and we have parts loosely between them. So we have a rear tailgate, we have a canvas roof side, we have a battery box, a radio, we have our equipment, we have another radio, we have an exhaust, we have another exhaust. That's one of the rear drivers for the amphibious roll. There's a pintle. There's I think that's like a handbrake type thing or something. And then here, these are all just ejector tabs, so they can go, excuse me, in the bin. So yeah, we've got a nice little array of loose parts there. So we don't need to look too closely at everything, but what we're looking at here is, rather than a full review of the kit, we're looking at the quality. Now, as we know, the packaging certainly does require a review. Sticking all these sprues in one bag, yes, it's saving money, yes, it's saving the planet, but you know, you have to face reality, and you have form over function. And it's great saving the planet, it's great saving money, but if what the customer receives is all broken and missing, then there's no point. I'm going to put the light on now because we've got rid of the glossy box. So you've seen all this before. You've seen me building some of it, and I'm not going to go into depth, but as you will know, if you have one, you may not know, for a first time with Airfix, I think it is, we actually got lettering on the tyres, which is really nice. It's only on one side, which is strange, but there we go. We got our seat bases here, and there's our seat backs, rear mud guards, all looking good. This is the C sprue, so this is where we're looking for short shots, which we've seen on other kits. And there we go, we've got short shots here, there and there. There should be tabs coming out of there, but they're not. Okay, those tabs will locate into those, God, it's very oily. Those tabs will locate into those recesses. You can see those recesses there. Okay, they're going to locate in there. It's not a problem. All you do is cut this C off of here, use a piece of that plastic and fill the gap. The gap is actually, oh, I've got it all taped up, but it's actually on that battery box. It's the front one is hidden underneath the windscreen, or very visible by the windscreen. I don't really want to take this tape off until the glue dries, but I will very quickly show you what it is we're looking at without taking the tape completely off. It's that corner down in there, that corner of the, you can't see anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll leave it like that. And then also the other short shot is here. So you've got this part here, which is C, this is C17, C15 should be the same. You can see it's got a short shot. And what somebody suggested was they just cut it off and got a piece of square, cut a piece of, because if you either use that one or that one. So if you use these and you want to replace that short shot, just cut off what's on there and then cut a piece of this off, glue it on, just to match that. It's not the end of the world. There's also, on this one, there's a short shot there. Just want to look in the instructions to see what that part should look like. Yeah, that's completely missing. There is the mount for the radios. So we've got another short shot situation here, which I haven't seen before. So where is it? There it is. This part here. Go away, Deckers. This part here, C28, should have this big lug on the back that you sit the radio on. And as you can see, there's nothing there. It's completely missing. So short shot heaven. It only seems to be the C sprue that has the problems. I'm just looking around closely now for any other short shots. You see that slot there is supposed to fit in that. What's missing? Come on, Airfix, get your quality sorted, please. It's gone on long enough now. Get the bloody production back to the UK, or at least away from India. I've got nothing against India. I've got nothing against Indian people, but the factory that are making these they just keep on giving us sink marks, short shots. It's happening all the time, and we need to stop it. Sorry, just picking the sprues up and putting them back. So here we've got the canvas cover. Somebody noticed, I didn't notice in my first review. On this side here we've got eyelets, and on this side here we have none. So there we go, I didn't notice that in my first review. But that's quite nice for a canvas roof, that is quite nice. Here's the little sprue with all the specific parts. You can see we've got some serious shrinkage here. The top of those water cans. We got parts off the sprue. That'll be the little piece of the radio and stuff like that. So they're gone. That's the two radios there that are missing. Alright, so there we go. And then here we have the D sprue. Now there shouldn't be any problems with this one. Just looking, I can't see any short shots. It's all looking quite good. There we go. I'm leaving the best to last. This is the sprue we want to look at, the A sprue. So here we've got the rear floor. There's the bulkhead. There's the other half of the rear door. We've got the rear bumperette thing there. And I must say this one is much better than the one in my kit, but it does have some shrinkage, but it's not as bad as my other one. Got some shrinkage on there, which isn't very nice. But other than that, it's all good. When we turn this over, a little bit of shrinkage on there, but these get all dented up anyway, so not really too worried about that. And then here, this is the main one. Here we go. Let's have a look. Right, we'll start with the roof. This is the best I've ever seen. This is brilliant. There is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there are 3 areas. 1, 2, 3 bits of shrinkage there. Totally easy to sand out. This area here is unaffected, which is unusual. Usually you've got sink marks up there. There is very, very slight shrinkage there. I'm not going to worry about that. We've got some shrinkage along here, which again, that can be sanded out easily and just replace these raised bits with a bit of plastic card. You want to be able to sand that smooth anyway to get it to blend in nicely with this front end. The front end looks perfect. The front end looks perfect. The back end looks good. The front looks good. Very, very slight shrinkage, but nothing much. So this just shows its complete inconsistency at the factory. Very, very slight shrinkage on there, which is, you've got to sand that seam anyway, so you're going to be getting rid of that. There's nothing back here. You can see we've got a raised area there. There's an ejector pin mark on the back, which has given us a raised area there. That's just a case of sanding it out. But no, these sides are the best I've seen. They're still not perfect, but they're the best I've seen. So here we go. So you may be asking yourself, why have I bought another one? The reason being is, if you remember, when I did this one, I had to sand away some of this area here. Okay, I sanded away some of this lump here, right, and I sanded away some of this here to allow it to sit further in, to alleviate a gap here. Okay, now when I did it, I thought, yeah, great, hunky-dory and everything. And then by the time we got to like part 3, I think it was, I said in that video, I said, I think I may have messed up here because the fit along here has suffered. Okay, it's not a perfect fit. The fit around here is perfect. That's the only area I'm going to have a problem with, which is the bit I changed. So what I'm going to do in this one, I'm going to try to, if you remember when I did my last one, I tacked these on and moved them as far forward as they would go, but I still had to remove some material. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to see if I can clamp these on here, pull them as far forward as they'll go, and glue this piece on with a minimal gap, okay, and then glue everything together. If I need to, I can remove plastic from here and here, which will allow that to go, we're only talking a few thou, just allow it to go forward a bit. But remember, you don't want to end up with a gap here either. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's shrinkage or whatever. Every build I've seen has had a gap here. Okay, all the ones on the Airfix Airfix website have a gap there. Interestingly enough, on the box front, I know it's a CAD model, but they've put what looks like a gap there, or it's just a step or something. But anyway, I want it gap free. I want it like that. I want it seamless. If at the end of the day we can't make it fit, okay, it's going to be much easier to just fill in that gap and sand it, because it's a square corner. It's been much easier to just fill in a gap there than it is to play with this up here. So the whole objective of me getting this one was to sit with you guys and look at how we can do it different ways, and that's my intention. Okay, so I'll see you for that video very, very soon. So in fact, why do we do it now? No, we'll do it another time. Thank you for watching, guys. I just wanted to do this just to see, and yeah, 9 out of 10 for this Airfix. Well done. Much better job. We still got the flash around here, but that's nothing. There's nothing to remove. Yeah, 1 out of 10 for the packaging, guys. This is ridiculous. You need to stop doing this. You know, everybody's saying the same thing, and Airfix is just not listening, and they're just putting everything in a bag, and parts are getting broken off the sprue, damaged or whatever. The short shot situation needs to be sorted. That is just a joke. In this day and age, short shots shouldn't be happening. And if you are unlucky enough to get a kit with a short shot, then you know you're one of the only ones. But it seems with this, just like with the bomb bug, it's like every single one of these is short shotted. Every single one of these is short shotted, and now I've discovered that that one's short shotted as well. So I might even ask for a replacement part. Let's see. But yeah, it's just not. It's 2025, and it's a £40 kit. So you know, need to try it next time, guys. I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.